Hello everybody, Orest Zub from Lviv, Ukraine here. Currently I'm doing some housekeeping stuff with my family around the city and at the moment driving in the suburbs. You can see how the streets look like. So the traffic is not big. As we see, there is a trolley bus, smaller like buses. The trolley bus Electron produced in Lviv, which is in operation. So if someone who doesn't know the situation comes here, he probably would not consider that we are in a military state of emergency at the moment. However, obviously it is the truth, and there are tensions in the air. So far, on the second day after the Russian invasion, Lviv remains safe. There were some alarms today in the morning, so we tested the system how to go down into the shelter in the basement of our building. But otherwise, it's still calm. Let's hope it remains like this too. This is a typical Soviet block where I grew up, actually, in this neighborhood. And at the moment, the parking is really empty. Usually it's fully packed, but it looks like that many people went to the surrounding villages just to, probably feeling more comfortable there. And currently I'm visiting my family over here. This is how those buildings look inside. Actually, I grew up just one floor up. The elevator is currently not working, so I'm taking footstep. Entire my family is here, and what made me consciously stay in Ukraine is of course the family, and I just feel like doing this, because the last time in 2014 when I was in Mexico when revolution in Ukraine happened, and I felt really miserable. So now at least I feel I'm part of this movement and feeling of participating in the historical events that will hopefully making for better. Let's see. This used to be my room where I stayed. At the moment, this is the room of my sister. She is 20 years younger than me. And from here, I remember this balcony. I was like always going here. It's always cold to the feet, and you can see the skyline of the city. Sorry for dirty window. However, yeah, that's the typical suburb of most Ukrainian towns. You can see some towers. It's closer to the city center. I'm really happy that the buses, that the public transportation is operating. Something to know is that the airport is just 10 minutes on foot from here. Just for you to know, guys, I was just passing by the airplane. The airport is completely empty. Just recently I heard some cargo planes coming. However, it was sad to see that our Lviv airport, which is the second busiest airport in Ukraine, is completely closed. This is my sister, Anichka. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, Anichka?
I speak with my friend Lila.
What is she telling you?
We tell about war in Lviv, in Ukraine.
How do you feel, Anichka?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
High five. So this is the view from the kitchen, and actually in this building my good friend used to live. So it was my child friend, yeah, with whom we played on this yard. And as you can see on the window, there is a tape made in the cross style, yeah, which is beneficial in terms of some massive explosion. It doesn't let the pieces of the glass to break, and blast around. So that's actually one of the adjustments people also do here. Okay, we are picking up some stuff in my parents' apartment, and Marichka is my another sister, and we are going to the city center. And there we have also old grandma. Babcia, papa, do zустрічі. So everything is active and we are reorganizing. In the meantime, I just want to tell that this was the yard where I used to play as a kid. Do you hear this? It's probably some cargo plane. Airport is 10 minutes on foot from here. That's why usually when I fly somewhere, and I just want to remind you that I have visited over 120 countries around the world. I usually come visit them, my family, eat something, lunch, breakfast, dinner, and then walk on foot to the airport. It's a real luxury for every traveler, as you can know. But now we are going to the downtown. First of all, we pick up the Teshcha, we call it in Ukraine, like the mother of my wife. She's in another part of the town, and then we all gather with our family in the place, in the city center, in the historical part where I live, and we'll continue doing everybody to contribute to our protection, to our future victory. This is the back side of our building. I used to play here when I was younger. I remember this house, however this one is new. And in general, guys, there is a lot of new real estate development happening in the city. Obviously now everything is freezed. I really hope that station becomes better soon. Anichka, here you go, you hold it. And it's pretty, just for you to understand, yes, the public works are still happening, you can show. So even on such backwater places, still they take care of gardens. They cut the tree, from the winter, the branches, just to prepare it for spring. One of the coolest thing in Ukraine are those amazing churches that you can see. This is also the new development, and all of the people who live in the area, they usually practice their faith over here. My granny used to walk there as well, however now she's too old, but her window is just facing the church, so she can stay connected, right? That's the spiritual connection. That's something what we really need at the moment in Ukraine, guys. So looking forward to your support. Also, I can tell a little bit about the timing of the building. So for example, those building, you see the 5th floor is called Horoshioka, which was built in the 60s, early 70s around Soviet Union to accommodate over 20 million people in Ukraine. Then those bigger blocks are from the 80s and something from the 90s over here. And at the moment we are turning on this street. Let's go. This is Lubinska Street. It's the most direct street going from the city center of Lviv to the airport. I know it by heart, as you know, because as you understood already, because I grew up here in this area. The area is pretty active, as you can see. People are walking, mothers, children, somebody with dogs, and something to see is this petrol station. The petrol prices have risen up like 25% in one day, and there's a long line of cars, as you can see, long line of cars there waiting. I'm not sure how long will it take for them to refill. As for us, so we have 2 cars in the family, and we made sure that they have a full tank just in case to go at least 500 kilometers where needed. Hopefully we'll not need to go that far, because the border and like our things that we manage around are within the 100-kilometer distance from Lviv. So it's very important strategic point in Ukraine in general. And we expect today much more people coming from eastern and central parts of Ukraine. So we have to keep organized, we have to help people. You've probably seen on the skyline just these huge domes. It means that we are approaching the older part of Lviv. Lviv is a beautiful historical place, amazing medieval architecture, one of the most actually important cities in Eastern Europe in this area. However, before that, we are here. This is the suburban train station area, so it's pretty busy. Just show it, very busy around, people waiting for the local buses. And that is actually the suburban railway station of Lviv, which means a short distance directions originate from here usually. I am not sure what is the timeline, the schedule at the moment. However, the trains must be still operating in Ukraine, especially the evacuation parts from the east. I wanted to show you the train station, actually to check out what's happening there. But the traffic is terrible. I'm not going to risk just to be stuck in traffic. You see like these cars here, they all go to the train station, and this is the reason for that. In the railway station area, the traffic is really high, as you can see. And the reason is that many people from the east, from Kiev, are coming by trains now to Lviv. So that's pretty basic. Probably their relatives, their friends are going there to meet them. And I can tell you that everything is so unpredictable. So for example, I received many requests from my friends who are abroad, for example, that their family is taking trains to come to Lviv. I shared my phone number and they told, okay, once they are here, they will give me a call. However, some trains can get stuck. Hopefully most of them are still operating according to the schedule. And I am not sure how the situation with the tickets works at the moment. So definitely everything is sold out. So there should be ways to get on it. Okay guys, and this is one of my favorite spots of Lviv, San Francisco. You can see how steep we are going down. There is very eclectic tram. And yeah, why not? I can tell that I visited San Francisco, San Fran a couple of times. I visited United States maybe 7 times. My long-term visa is still valid. So guys, in the US, we really appreciate your support you did for us before. However, it should be done much more than it is now. Please push your senators, push your local authorities, and of course, do something similar on the scale as you did to prevent the Vietnam War, okay? That is something that now we really need here in Ukraine. Just look at this massive new development happening over here and there. This is all the result of a previous just a few years. So starting from 2014, when Russia first time invaded Ukraine, Lviv experienced an exponential growth because many people came from the east actually. Many companies moved here, which affected the real estate market tremendously. Obviously at the moment it's on hold, everything. However, every developer has a big pain in one place or their body. How to continue financing, how to continue building everything around. This is Pani Halia, mother of my wife, and we have another refugee here. Okay, everybody is in one place. Let's go to stay together. The hill that you have just seen calls the Vysoki Zamok, which means the tall mountain, and that's the place where our city originates from. So in medieval times, in 1300s, there used to be a castle, and the city obviously just developed around that. And in the meantime, just want to pay attention to how many cars are waiting in the lines still to put petrol in. So that's in a shortage at the moment here. Let's hope we'll get some more supplies coming soon. At the moment we are very close to the downtown, the place where we're going to spend together with our family, the place where I will probably gather my team in order to continue publishing those videos and inform firsthand, guys, you and the entire world. Keep in touch. Everything will be Ukraine. So you probably might be wondering which kind of business can continue operating under such circumstances, such pressure. So banks are still working, pharmacies are working, even though there are lines to those. Some of the supermarkets are working and it's possible to buy food, no problem, but big shopping malls are closed. And this is actually one of the central most and biggest shopping malls in Lviv. Forum is, as we can see, completely closed and not working. That what you have seen is the local police. So basically we have the police which is controlling the area, just making sure there is no chaos, yes, and some petty crime on the streets. Also there are organizations of local resistance are being formed. So those are civilians who volunteer and who apply to form like paramilitary groups, and they are given armor actually in Ukraine. The way to register is pretty straightforward. It became much more enhanced recently in Ukraine. So basically just a passport, pure wish is required for that. And you know, Lviv was always the stronghold of national spirit of Ukraine. So this city will stand to the end. Hopefully we'll not reach that point, but we will see. Yeah, it's better to be ready for everything, guys. And eventually we are approaching the famous Lviv Opera House. You know, it's one of the most beautiful architectural masterpieces in Europe and in the entire world. This is the back side of it, and once we enter the Sobody Avenue, you will be able to see the facade and one of the main streets of our city. As you can see, it's pretty busy on the Sobody Avenue, although this place is much more packed during regular days. However, it's still lively. Some of the shops are open, some shops are not. Weather is amazing, as you can see, and yeah, kind of weird situation. Let's see how KFC is closed. KFC is closed. Then yesterday I was making another video. It was my first video. You are welcome to check it. McDonald's chain is closed. In terms of other international companies, Uber is out. Glovo, like the delivery service, is not operating. Ooh, what a start of the day. So the main thing is that everybody is safe at the moment. We managed to get proper amount of all the supplies we need. We gathered my family members from different parts of the city. They're staying in the neighboring apartment. We have this, our lucky family member with us, and hope will be everything all right. So from my standpoint, once the main of the housekeeping stuff is ready, I am restructuring all my activities. At the moment, my consulting business in Ukraine is down. Fortunately, I still keep in touch with my remote team, which is distributed in different cities around Ukraine. Since yesterday's shock, they are coming back to life, and we are establishing contact between us again. We will restructure our activity from the marketing consulting business to this small media part that we can say the word about what's happening here in Ukraine. So let's keep in touch. We really, guys, look forward to your support. Subscribe, like, spread this video, share this video, and I'll be trying to update you on a daily basis. That's why we need a well-organized team in terms of getting materials, editing, publishing, and so on. Let's stay together, let's stay strong. Ore Zub from Lviv. See you soon.